Hello, this is your good buddy Hukman, and today I'm going to be showing you the different ways I lather. I'm going to be using different ways to lather. First, I'm going to be using my Omega brush and some Cella. Now this is face lathering. This is mainly what you do with the what I've been told. If you want to get here, is the main thing that a board brush is good for. It's a board brush. Face lathering. Now I'm going to take my glasses off so I can do this. Now what I like to do is I like to build up the lather until I get a nice lather in the soap. And then I take it and go straight to the face. Like so. Dip this in a little bit of water. This way I found is the most effective way that works for me. Spread it out a little bit. Dip the thing in a little bit more water. Just about 3 times like this. 3 or 4 times until it gets nice and shiny. A nice thick covering. I could actually probably go with this if I wanted to. I mean, look at this. See how quick that was? But I'm going to do it one more time just to test my theory out. There's a lot more water this time. See? Look. See how easy that is? I mean, come on. Look how easy that was. I'll even try to show you some of the lather. Show you what it looks like. See how hydrated that is? It probably could be a little bit better. So I may do one more pass just to test. Now, in between these, what I like to do generally, which I haven't done here, what I like to do, so I like to paint on a little bit of water in between the layers, in between painting it. That way, it stays pretty moist. Maybe do a little bit more here, and it's good for the face too. Nice and exfoliating. Okay, nice and exfoliating. See? Nice and creamy. Nice and creamy. And it does good. Alright, let me rinse my face off, and then I'm going to move on to the next step. Rinse my brush out. And I'm not going to be face lathering with each brush because it would irritate my face. I'm just basically doing it with this one because this one is what I've heard mainly people use it for. It's for face lathering, the board brush. Now another thing you can do with the board brush is you can bowl lather. Which it's not the best for bowl lathering, but it does work. Now, one of the things that I like to do, and I learned this from a guy, is I like to get my brush wet, squeeze most of the water out, and just go for a couple of passes. Use less water You use less soap, dip the tips in water, and then just go to town. Now this particular brush isn't really good for bowl lathering, but some people can do it. I have a little bit of difficulty with it. See, that's how it starts to look. Now what you want to do, take a little bit of water, add a little bit more water in there. Sometimes you can add a little, sometimes you can add a lot, depends on the soap. And just keep stirring and stirring and stirring and going back and forth and whipping it. Now Cella is not really known to make a lot of lather, but you can still make a decent amount of lather with it. See how it's starting to look creamy, and I don't know if you can see that, how the light's starting to shine off of it. Let me put this here up just a second. Put this up and see if you can see it better. See how this is starting to look creamy? How there's starting to be a sheen on it? Well, that's when you know you're getting close. It's almost there. I'm just going to add a little bit more water here. I'm not going to do my Badger brush because it does a little bit of both. And I'd have to let it soak. But see how it's creamy now? How there's a little bit of a glisten to it? I could even probably still go for some more, but right there, that would probably work for me. Although I'm going to add a little bit more water to it and see what happens. I actually add lots of water most of the time in single goes, because you can always swirl more and get it to a thicker consistency, especially early on if you have soap left in your brush. See, now look, that's about right where I like it, like that. I don't know if you can see it on there, but watch this. See how it forms soft peaks and bends over like that? Soft peaks and bends over. To me, that's what you're looking for. That's perfect right there for me. Now there is one other way you can do it that I'm going to show you. Love the smell of this stuff. Some people say it smells like a urinal cake, but I think it smells good. I've heard people say it smells like a urinal cake, I should say. I don't think it does, but I've heard people say it. Another way you can do this is you can it's pretty much like face lathering, except for you take your brush, and I've not done this very much, shake out most of the water, wait until you get a good lather buildup, like you do with the face lathering. And sometimes it doesn't take much at all to do that. I actually find waiting until it's like that is more economical for me anyways. Now take your hand, lather up like this. Make your lather like this. This is actually the first time I've done this in a long time, so. I'm just showing you the things of both worlds. And if you'll notice, it's starting to get that texture, add a little bit more water to it, starting to get that creaminess that I like. Although to me this makes a little bit more of a foamy kind of lather. And then you can either take this, I think I've pretty much got it done here, so you can either take this brush and put it on your face to do it, or you can rub your hands together and then put it on your face like you would a foam from a can. Now that's the three basic ways I've seen it done. But I've just done it with this one. Now I'm going to show you what good a synthetic brush can do for the bowl lathering. This will apply with any. These three things I've already showed you would apply with any soap. You just have to experiment with it. Now, here's my Sterling Kong or Gorilla or whatever the hell size it is. I'm going to show you what you can do with bowl lathering here. Now, this might take a little bit more time like this. These things, to me, they don't hold water quite as well. Just loading up the brush right now, just like I usually do. And soap is cheap enough that you can always buy more, so feel free to experiment with your soaps. Find ways that work for you. Soap is pretty cheap. You can get this stuff for $10 a tub, and the tub can last you a month if you're good. If you depending on how you shave. It lasts even longer than that depending on how you shave. I'm gonna rinse this out. Get the stuff off my fingers because this will be the last thing I'm going to show you about this, and I'm going to show you my Badger brush. And I'm going to give you a little bit of my information on that. Now, from what I've told, synthetic brushes are the best for bowl lathering, and we'll find out right now. I don't know if I've got enough on here or not, but I'm trying to be quick about this because I know that my memory card is almost full on my... Add a little bit more water. Usually I like to, depending on the soap, I will usually load up for 30 to 60 seconds, depending on how hard the soap is, how soft it is, what kind of water I've got, which I've got hard water, I think. I'm not sure how to tell. But, you know, look here. See, it didn't take all that long, and I've probably got enough in this brush here. If I just paint it on, I've probably got enough in this brush here to just do a paint on and not scrub my face with it, you know what I mean? I find that synthetic brushes are not very soft. They're not really soft enough for me anyways, for face lathering, at least not this particular one. It does great for bowl lathering, but it doesn't do very well for face lathering because it's too, to me it's too stiff. Now look how much I got out of here. That's more than enough for a shave right there. I mean, I could have just put this back in the bowl here, and that would be enough to pass me up for three passes for a shave. And it comes out pretty slick like that, but again, it depends on your technique and how you want to do it. Now, what you want to be careful for is there's some soaps out there that are more thirsty. There's some soaps out there that prefer a little bit more dry. And now, the issue is you got to figure out which soap is like that. Read reviews on it. Experiment with it. Watch videos. Do everything you can to learn about the soap before you use it. To get a good idea of how much water to use and to make it worth doing. You know what I mean? Now, this I didn't have soaking, which is why I didn't use it. This is my Badger brush. Now, from what I've heard, Badger is in the middle, where you've got boar brushes that are best for face lathering and synthetic brushes which are best for bowl lathering. This is in the middle. It's like a good medium. It can do well either bowl lathering or face lathering or palm lathering. They all could do palm lathering pretty well, but this is like jack of all trades. Whereas a synthetic like this one, where a synthetic like this one is good for bowl lathering, this would be good for face lathering. And it all depends on how you use it. If you have any questions about how I do my lathering or any more questions or anything like that, please feel free to drop them in the box below. And thank you for watching my videos. Please hit the like button if you like this video. Please subscribe if you really want to see more of me. Hit the bell button next to the subscribe button. And have a good day, and may great shaves follow you.